Imagine living in a society where the leader holds absolute power, and their whims dictate your fate. This was the reality for the people of ancient Rome during the reign of Caligula, one of history's most infamous and depraved rulers. Welcome to Greatest History. In this video, we'll take an unnerving look inside the Roman Empire and explore the shocking details of Caligula's reign. From his rise to power to his downfall, we'll uncover the truth about one of history's most notorious figures and the terror he inflicted on his subjects. Get ready to learn about the life of Caligula and the dark side of ancient Rome. Rise to power. As a young man, Caligula was well liked by the Roman people and was seen as a potential successor to Emperor Tiberius. He was known for his intelligence and charisma, and many saw him as a refreshing change after the rule of the unpopular Tiberius. Tragedy struck when Caligula's father and two of his brothers died under suspicious circumstances, leading many to believe that Tiberius had ordered their deaths in order to secure his own power. Despite these suspicions, Caligula was appointed as Tiberius's successor and became the third Roman emperor in 37 AD. Caligula's rise to power was not without controversy. Some saw him as a puppet of Tiberius and were skeptical of his ability to rule. However, Caligula worked to establish his own power and distanced himself from Tiberius's policies. He made several popular reforms, including releasing prisoners and reducing taxes. However, Caligula's true nature soon began to show. He was known for his extravagance and excess, spending vast sums of money on lavish parties and building projects. He was also infamous for his sexual depravity, engaging in orgies and sleeping with his sisters. This excess and indulgence would come to define Caligula's reign and contribute to his downfall. Reign of Terror. Caligula's reign began with promise, as he implemented several popular reforms and released prisoners. However, it wasn't long before his true nature began to show. Caligula was known for his extravagance and excess, spending vast sums of money on lavish parties and building projects. But it was Caligula's cruelty that truly set him apart. He was known for his brutal punishments and execution of those who opposed him, including members of the Roman Senate. He even went so far as to declare himself a god and demanded that he be worshipped as such. The people of Rome lived in constant fear of their unpredictable and tyrannical ruler. The downfall. Caligula's reign came to an end in 41 AD, just 4 years after it began. His rule had become so oppressive and unpopular that a group of conspirators, including members of the Praetorian Guard, assassinated him. The circumstances of his death are disputed, with some accounts claiming that he was stabbed to death, while others say he was killed by suffocation. Regardless of the method, Caligula's reign came to a violent end, and he was succeeded by his uncle, Claudius. Caligula's assassination was the culmination of years of unrest and discontent under his rule. His extravagance and cruelty had earned him many enemies, and it was only a matter of time before someone took action against him. Despite his short reign, Caligula's legacy is one of terror and oppression, and he's remembered as one of the most notorious rulers in Roman history. The aftermath of Caligula's death was chaotic, with various factions vying for power. However, Claudius eventually secured the throne and became the next Roman emperor. Claudius's rule marked a significant change from Caligula's, as he implemented reforms and worked to restore order to the empire. The fall of Caligula serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of responsible leadership. His reign was marked by extravagance, cruelty, and sexual depravity, and it serves as a reminder of the dark side of the Roman Empire. Despite the many portrayals of Caligula in popular media, it's important to remember that much of what we know about him comes from historical accounts that may not be entirely accurate. It's possible that his reputation has been exaggerated over time, and that he was not quite as depraved as legend would have us believe. Regardless, Caligula's reign serves as a reminder of the importance of checks and balances in leadership and the dangers of allowing one person to wield too much power. Just like the life of Caligula, discover more about the stories of the past and become a part of the greatest history channel. The Legacy. Caligula's reign is remembered as one of the most notorious in Roman history. His extravagance and cruelty are the stuff of legend, and he's often used as a symbol of ultimate corruption and decadence. However, it's important to note that Caligula's reign was relatively short, and much of what we know about him comes from historical accounts that may not be entirely accurate. Despite this, Caligula's legacy has had a lasting impact on popular culture. His story has been told and retold in literature, film, and television, often depicting him as a madman driven by his own desires. One of the most well-known portrayals of Caligula is the 1979 film of the same name, starring Malcolm McDowell as the Roman Empire. The film is known for its explicit sexual content and violent scenes, and it sparked controversy upon its release. Caligula has also been featured in various television series and documentaries, including the BBC's I, Claudius and the History Channel's Ancient Aliens. In these depictions, Caligula is often depicted as a madman, driven by his own desires and willing to do anything to achieve his goals. Despite the many portrayals of Caligula in modern media, it's important to remember that much of what we know about him is based on historical accounts that may not be entirely accurate. It's possible that his reputation has been exaggerated over time, and that he was not quite as depraved as legend would have us believe. Regardless, Caligula's reign serves as a reminder of the dark side of the Roman Empire and the importance of responsible leadership. The Roman Empire. Caligula's rule took place during a fascinating time in the Roman Empire. At its height, the empire stretched from modern-day England to Egypt, and its influence could be felt throughout the known world. However, by the time Caligula came to power, the empire was in decline, and many of its territories were in turmoil. Caligula's reign was marked by internal conflicts and external threats. And it's possible that his excesses and cruelty were a reflection of the tumultuous times in which he lived. As we've learned, Caligula's reign was marked by his extravagance, sexual depravity, and brutal punishment of those who opposed him. His rule ended violently, and his legacy is one of terror and oppression. It's important to remember that much of what we know about Caligula comes from historical accounts that may not be entirely accurate. Regardless, his story serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of checks and balances in leadership and the dangers of allowing one person to wield too much power. We hope you've enjoyed this documentary and gained a deeper understanding of the depraved life of Caligula and the dark side of ancient Rome. Feel free to comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe to become a part of the greatest army. See you soon with much more of Greatest History.